Welcome to a short webinar on one of Soonr's most popular use cases. That is how to enable your Salesforce with the best available mobile tools to get deals done sooner. We'll be covering concepts around creating content, how a team collaborates to do that, and then editing, updating, creating that content on the go, whether our salesperson is online or offline, how to deliver a winning pitch, and then, of course, how to involve your customer in your business through various collaboration mechanisms like public links. Today's speakers are myself, Ahmet Tunkay, and also Rick Frazee. We're both in Soonr's product management organization. Before we get started, just a reminder on the three pillars of Soonr. Soonr is a SaaS business that's based on a very secure infrastructure of geo-redundant data centers around the world. Our core sync technology is fundamental to document and file management and getting those documents in your computers, whether they're desktop machines or mobile devices. And then, of course, the mobile content management aspect, which is consuming, editing, and creating content on your mobile device, such as your tablet. So our sales call is our topic today, and the first thing that we'll cover is how a team creates content through collaboration. So we have three individuals in our sales department who want to create a presentation to a client, and they want to do this in a collaboration environment, all under Soonr. So here we have a project called Sales Projections, and our three people that are working on this are Steve, Sue, and Ramin, and they're members of this project, which are actually managed through our member button over here. Those show the project members, and here they are. Now, during the content creation, obviously people are working on the document at various times, and the multiple versions of documents will get created over time when people initially create the document and different individuals work on it and provide updates. There'll be multiple versions which are all kept in the service and available. And it's also possible now to check out a file, essentially lock a file while it's being edited by one person, which allows others who also want to work on that folder to know that it's been checked out and is being edited by someone else. As individuals make changes to documents, and they obviously want to send messages to each other or comments about what their changes were, and those are done directly through the Soonr interface. So this notion of commenting on documents, either user comments or notifications that are automatically generated by the system of changes are also built in. Once a presentation, our presentation called Sales Presentation, has been created in this project folder called Sales Projections, it's automatically synced. So this is our presentation in this folder, file in this project. Once it's done and saved, even during the creation process, various versions of it are saved and synced across all devices that are members of that project, as well as mobile devices. And typically, the user would work with that project through their desktop sync folder. In this case, we're showing this on a Mac, and it's integrated into the file system. So once we have our content, we've created it, we've synced it on the desktop. Now we want to take it with us when we travel. Um, so now we're anticipating sitting in an aisle seat, in a center seat in the center section of an airplane while we travel. So there's not much elbow room. Probably not reasonable to work in that situation using your a nice big laptop. So you want to make sure that you can get access to it from your a tablet device, which is much more practical to use in that situation. But you aren't quite sure whether you're done with the presentation. You know, you want to go through it one more time, make sure you memorize what you're going to say, and also just sort of do a sanity check. So you do have, in this case, your sales projections folder that's accessible, a project folder that's accessible to you on your iPad device because you've synced it there. And when you go into that project, you see your presentation called Sales Presentation. Now, you want to make sure that you have access to this when you're sitting in the airplane and you're not likely to have connection to the internet or anywhere else for that matter. So you want to make sure that you not only can get access to it, but you can also work on that folder while you're not connected. So you would essentially favorite that that folder by just sort of clicking on the little favorite star over here. And once you do that, the contents are actually cached and kept locally, so you can work on your presentation as you travel. Now, when you open that file on your mobile device, like this iPad we have in this example, it's rendered from the service, so it's actually in this case, is a PowerPoint document, but it's converted into a viewable rendered version and pushed up to the mobile device. So you can open up and look at this document. And not only PowerPoint documents, but close to 50 different kinds of documents can be viewed this way from your tablet device. And the little plus button down here is a recent feature which allows you to create new documents, new text notes, new presentations, Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, and a Scribble is an annotation application that lets you create a new handwritten note as an example. So you're ready to go, and you know that you're going to have your data and you'll be able to work on it while flying. So you get in the airplane and you're looking at the presentation. Well, you're not sure whether sales meeting is the right title for this. So you want to make a little change. So one way to do that is to select the little scribble icon up here, the button, and that lets you essentially annotate any of these document types that I mentioned, in this case a PowerPoint. So first you say, we should call that briefing, and you change that. And when you do that, the document is converted into a PDF format and saved as a separate file name with your markings. But obviously you can't really go, show this to the customer. So you say, well, maybe I should just edit that. And then, and to do that, you click on the edit icon up here, which starts up a native, essentially, since you have the actual PPP, the PowerPoint document on your tablet. It's basically opened up, and you're allowed to edit that in the native mode. So you can essentially go in there, select the name that you want to change, change the title to sales briefing, and when you save it, it's saved locally because you're not connected as a PowerPoint document with your changes. And you can do this for any Office document, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet or a Word file. So there you are, and then you have a number of actions that you can do with your new file. You can send it to others. You can rename it. You can copy it to different projects and so forth, or you can comment. But generally, if some of these depend on connectivity, but nevertheless, you can do all these things. So you go off to your client's business, and you want to go present your case and make sure that you get you have your fair shot at this deal. Now, normally, most people today do not know how to present a PowerPoint presentation or something like that directly from their iPads. But since you want to look like you have your act together and you know what you're doing, and want to impress the customer, you go, well, I can do my presentation through my iPad directly because I know it's there. I've edited it. So you can start to do that by looking at. You can get a thumbnail view of your presentation, and attach that to a local projector through a little dongle that Apple will sell you for good money, and deliver your presentation on the spot. And there's your little dongle and your presentation. And once you're done, your client loves your presentation. You put your best foot forward, and it looks fantastic. But he's also interested in getting that presentation from you. But rather than just sort of emailing it to them or giving them the presentation on the dongle, this is an opportunity to connect your customer to your business through a collaboration environment. And you decide that the best way to do that is to give him a public link. At least he's familiar with how to access your files and folders. And that's easy to do. You basically select under Actions, select Public Link, and create a. So while in the process of creating a link to this document, you want to make sure you allow the creation of the link, but you also want to password protect that, and then you provide a password. You can also decide a policy whether your client should be able to download it or not. If they can't download it, they would just be able to view it, but you think it's important that they have the presentation. And then you also put a time to live on this particular link because you're a bit concerned about security and you don't want to be leaving these links open for too long. So your client has a day to get the file. So you do this and basically send a link, and but in addition to that, you can send a comment directly to your client from Soonr. So you also do that. So now you have him a linking to the document, and you also give him a context about what you just covered. And that you look forward to business. And that is the use case around how to be very productive using Soonr as a traveling salesperson, which is probably one of the most important things anyone has to do. And thank you for watching this, participating in this webinar and watching it.